For our third week of motorsport here in Japan, we are at Super GT. I'm Anthony and welcome to Automotive Experience, where we travel to all corners of the globe to seek out the coolest automotive events and experiences. If you haven't subscribed, I recommend doing so, as this year we have some amazing content coming, from Monaco Grand Prix to Le Mans and even Rally Finland, not to mention every F1 race in between. This weekend's event though was comparatively shorter than others, being just Saturday and Sunday with no support categories, but there was more than enough to keep us entertained. We explored the amazing circuit and facilities at Okayama and checked out the pit lane, pit walk and the paddock. Not to mention, no Japanese car event is complete without exploring the car park. Now, I definitely have a soft spot for Super GT, as it reminds me a lot of the supercars back in Australia, and I had a blast out here. So jump in, let's go. This is our automotive experience at Okayama International Raceway for round 1 of the 2024 Super GT season. Welcome to Okayama. We're down here this week for the Super GT. We're about a 2.5 hour drive south of Osaka, and this weekend is the first round of this year's championship. So we are going to go and check it out. We're staying in Okayama. The track is at the Okayama International Circuit, and we're just going to go pick up the car from what would have to be seen as one of the most Japanese things. The car is in here. We've got this cool pass. So basically they call the car from this little control center over there. And there she is. So as you can see, we've gone for the real Japanese feel here with this K car. I haven't driven one of these K cars before. All right, Okayama International Circuit. Let's go. We are not far now. Well, we made it. We found a cool little parking spot for the car. So the interesting situation at Okayama, because it's up in the hills, parking at the track is pretty limited. It sells out really quickly. But if you drive sort of down the hill past it, you find a couple of little areas where you can park, and this is one of them. Just a comparison of how small the K car actually is. Have a look at that. That's the size of it compared to everything else. And so now we walk up here. I think it's probably about a K, half a K walk. And then we're at the west entry. Here it is. All right, let's get in. Like any good Japanese event, you get things. Here we got a map and the circuit guide. So we are ready to go. Okayama Circuit. Oh, those new Civics look sick. So, as I was saying before, Super GT has 2 categories. The GT 300, which is at Skyline, and the 500, which is at Z. So the GT 500s, there's only 3 manufacturers. Honda with the new Civic, Toyota with the Supra, and Nissan with the Z. And so they run about 500 horsepower, hence the GT 500 class. Then below them is the GT 300 class. And there's the Supra. So we are now in the fan zone area. And one of the more interesting things is each team has got like grid girls. And so those good girls do signing sessions. So you can see here, they're signing things at the moment, and they've got quite big queues. I have one of these at home. I've got to finish when I get back to Australia. So we're down in the merch area, having a look at the Toyota Gazoo Racing. Look at all the cool merch they've got. Oh, have a look at these. They're cool as. So yeah, the Gazoo, kind of like race suits. Haha, they're sick. And the new Supra. So with the Super GT, when you get yourself a paddock pass, they come as a ticket. And when you get to the track, you got to exchange that ticket for either a lanyard or a wristband. At Okayama here this weekend, we get a wristband, so let's get it. So there we go, Paddock. Now you see the girls here, the Subaru girls, and they're adoring fans. Now that isn't your run-of-the-mill BRZ, it's an STI BRZ. Bloody sick, look at that wing. STI on the roof, the interior, pretty cool. And Nismo Area. Wow, I've never seen anything like this before. Look at that. Full electric, I'm assuming. I mean, look at those seats. As you can see, the Nissan area is very popular with the fans and the merch. Now we're over here at Honda. This is the new Honda Type R GT. What they've done is they've taken the road car and they've homologated it for Super GT. This race is its debut on track. Have a look at it. What a beautiful vehicle. And then here we've got a Modulo S2000. So the Civic Type R goes for 50,000 in Japan. She's a little bit more in Australia, but what a car. Well, one interesting thing at Okayama is that there's no ATMs here, and most places only take cash. Doesn't make much sense, but okay. We're an hour away from the pit walk. I'm pretty pumped for that, I must say. We made our way up into the main pit straight grandstands. A lot of the GT500 cars going on now. We've just got some food. Right to eat. What do we got? Looks pretty good to me. That's the first session done. So we're just going over the walkway here from the fan zone area to the paddock. We're going to go suss out the pit walk and the paddock of Super GT. So behind us here, these are most likely the Yokohama tyre trucks. They provide all of the rubber for all the cars this weekend. Wow, there's quite a few people here for this. I love how picturesque a lot of these Japanese tracks are. I mean, look at the mountains surrounding it here. Looks so sick. The queue just keeps going and going. This pit lane is going to be absolutely chockers. Pit lane is open. It's time for the pit walk. Here we go. Let the fun begin. And straight away, you've got the Toyota track cars and the, I'm guessing, Toyota grid girls. And we start off by this year's, well, last year's champions, the Thomas 36 Supra. Everyone's rushing to get those photos. Hectic down in there. Drivers, you can see them, they're just over there. More of the grid girls. Grid girls are bloody popular here, I'll tell you that. We'll continue down the pit lane and see what we can see. Arigato. One thing that I love about Super GT is all the free things that you get. They love giving out these like little A4 folder things. You see like this, it's like a little folder kind of thing. It's really cool. A lot of teams will sign those. They've got pictures on them and they'll give them out. So here's the Subaru drivers. Dedicated Subaru fans. You can tell they are all in blue. Oh, there's one of the Nissan Zs. Oh, good smile racing, one of the people's favourites. The Itasha themed sort of looking cars. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's just pretty warm out here today. It's probably mid-20s. Not too crazy, but out in the sun. It'll get ya. It's the Arta cars. Looks like it's somebody's birthday. So what's interesting with these cars, you can see here's one of the new Type R GTs. The full front comes off, the rear comes off. Interestingly that the wing is still attached to the car, even though the whole rear bumper and rear part of the car and front of the car is all off. Amazing vehicles, absolutely amazing. And when you see them on the first corner, they're just sticking, absolutely sticking to the road. They're like a GT3 car on steroids, these things. So it looks like a lot of the drivers may have retreated now. We've just got the good girls out. So now we're just chilling out, going through the bag of treats that we got during that pit walk. We got some stickers, more stickers. I even got a green Bravo mask, face mask, convenient. These are the things I was talking about. Look at this one, the Denso. Wow, super. So one thing, you definitely come back with a bunch of stuff when you come to Super GT, that's for sure. So now we're walking down in the paddock and you can see the trucks. The interesting thing with a lot of the trucks here is they've actually got this whole, the foot extends up, and so it's got another whole level, top and bottom, which is pretty neat. Oh, what's this in here? Okayama International Club. There's all Ferrari stuff in here. So this behind me is Ferrari's new GT3 car, and it is called the 296. It's very nice. I know there's two of them that are racing in the GT3 series in Australia. Very nice. A few more trucks, and the Michelin Man. So it looks like any further down here is not really allowed, team only. But this gives you a bit of an idea. These are the wheels, these are the Yokohama ones for competition use only. Back of the trucks, it's pretty cool. And you can see all the garages down here. So I really do think Super GT is very similar to the supercars of the past. You've got a couple of manufacturers who are very ingrained into motorsport society in Japan. You know, Nissan, Honda and Toyota. They're basically three of the biggest ones when it comes to motorsport and cars, and so they've all got loyal followers. One thing you don't see, I guess like you see this in Formula One, is you have different people who may support different manufacturers. Over here it's not like that. You probably support the one and you die hard for that one particular type of car brand. So you can just see, if you're a car lover, this place is heaven. There's literally merch here for so many different things. Supra, Skylines, Nissans. They got all these cool models. They got the D1 Supra, the D186, the Civic Type R, these little models. Bunch of initial D related key rings and keychains. If you're a car lover, there's literally something here for you everywhere. And then for those who watched the previous video, we saw Good Smile Racing, an Itasha themed car, race car that is. This is merch for them. So as you can see, it's very bright, very colorful. So this is basically exactly the same as the one I hired the other week. Man, are they nice cars. Very nice. Now, here's a cool feature I've never noticed on the Supra before. Look at this one. Matte White Edition. I wonder if they've put that in or if that's always been in there. That's really cool. So it is now time for qualifying. So we are going to go and find the spot. We're probably going to go down the first corner, this one. Well, this up here is a pretty good spot. You get to see basically into the first corner, second corner, then they disappear down there, then they come back down that straight into that corner, around here and up. It's quite nice here too, because you're sort of like on this hill, you're like perched up, so you get to see so much more of the track. the spot. There's a new Type R. Super GT qualifying on now. So there's 3 minutes left in this session. Oh, the Honda just went fastest. It's quite interesting with this because even if you get the fastest time, doesn't mean you're going to pole because the other driver needed to do a fast time too. Oh wow. I think we're going to have a Toyota 1-2. Car to go. I think that's it. So the Toyota Super is qualified 1 and 2, and then a Honda on its debut is in 3rd. So that's pretty cool to see. I do want to see these Hondas get up there. I think it'll be great for the car, great for the brand, but I got a soft spot for them Supras. Great to see. Well, that's basically the end of Saturday. We're pretty quick, I must admit. Because Super GT is the only category racing this weekend, the day just felt like it flew by. You know, we got here this morning and practice was on, and then we had the break and going around and sightseeing everything, and then, yeah, by the end of it, you know, it's qualifying. Traffic looks like it's going to be a bit of fun, and have a look at this. You would not want to walk down in there. It's obviously for water. I mean, God help you if you drove down there. Welcome, it is Sunday here at the Super GT. We're down here with the pit lane walk for day 2. They do it each day, as long as you have your paddock pass. I had to go and get another one this morning. And we're gonna go take a walk down. It's a bit quieter here because what they've done is they've separated drivers in the pit lane and the grid girls on the grid. So let's go for a stroll. As you can see here, we've got an RCF Lexus. That's an RCF GT3. Very, very nice car. Those things sound unreal as road cars too. And they've got a few fans here, all lining up to get those autographs. I've got my book out. I'm ready to snag some too, as long as I don't have to wait in massive lines. Here is the Modulo Civic Type R GT car. How nice does that look? Here's the ARTA team. These cars always look hectic. This one over here is like the day glow red of the HRTs. Beautiful colors. And that is the Real Racing Type R. I like the color of that one, I must say. And so here, it turns out we do have Ferraris racing. There is one. I mean, look at that. What a beautiful vehicle. So this will give you an idea of how popular Nissan is. It is chaos here. Out of everywhere so far, this has been the most busiest area of the garages. Now, it's time to go onto the track and have a look out here. Oh, we're on the main straight too. How about that? Now, this is pretty sick, I must say. A lot of very pretty Japanese ladies here. Oh, they're getting chased by bees over here. There's a common thing, the bees are like this big here. It's pretty crazy. I mean, look at this chaos now. Look how many people deep are up in here. So down there we have the final corner. It's a pretty awesome experience to be on the grid here. Looks like we got some Okayama police bikes, and they got the kids sitting on them. That's and the safety car. Oh, another Supra. Beautiful. Thank you to this lovely lady here who just took my photo holding that sign there. You'll see it out on the Instagram. And there we are, looking down into the first corner here, Okayama International Circuit. It's a pretty cool track. The pit building here. You've got a big screen up top, and you've got your podium over there. And there's the main grandstand. Oh, you got the people holding the flags. Haha. Who's gonna win? We don't know. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Oh. The crowds are certainly here, and everyone is getting food now. It's the best time to go and explore the car parks. I think that's the first Japanese event I've been to where I've seen fighter jets. How about that? Okay, now for car spotting in the car park, our first car. This nice little MX-5. Wow, I spotted a couple. Now, this colour has grown on me a lot. Look at that. But that blue is sick. And he's also got the the optional extra red mirrors. And that is a very sexy car. Next up, we've got this yellow Supra. And he's definitely a fan because he's got the GR Supra, the Red Sport. So that's his team basically, and that is a very nice colour. We have an Evo. This one's got the full kit on it, the Varus kit, and a nice RX-7 here. Wow, that is a very interesting body kit on that Supra. Have a look at that. You have potentially an M3, a BRZ, Honda Beat. I think I remember seeing them around now. That is a very nice Supra too. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. And the Subaru WRX here now. Look at the size of the wing on the back of that. A nice Integra Type R. And notice too how he's got these things covering the headlights. Probably trying to protect the headlights from sun fade. Beautiful car, he's got it all covered up, wow. Unless he's just hanging stuff to dry. Maybe he's just hanging stuff to dry, I'm not sure. Maybe you know what that is. Let me know in the comments below. We got a pair of Civic Type R's here. R34 GTR. We've only done not even a full car park yet. We've already come across so many amazing vehicles. What else are we gonna find? And there is a Lotus. I tell you what, we haven't seen many European cars here at all yet, but a Lotus, these things are like bloody go-karts. And behind here we have an S206 WRX. This one looks like it's probably done some drifting in its time. Look at the battle scars on it. So, we've got a nice little 4 here. We've got a Nissan Z, R32, an Evo 5, and an Integra Type R. I'm kind of in the middle of like car heaven here. So to get out to the race, there's a lot of people sitting in their cars with the aircon on, keeping out of the sun. It's not a bad idea to be honest, but look what we have here. A 200 wide body, custom paint job, big wheels, deep dish. That is a car and a half. I mean, look at the size of those wheels. Oh my goodness me. First one of these we've seen today. Been here, Ferrari. I can see why it's sold out pretty quickly to have your car parked here. Because if you've got bags and food and drinks and everything, you can literally just keep them in, walk to your car, get them and come back out. Easy done. And so that, my friends, is around the car park here at Okayama Super GT. We got to see a bit of everything. We only went to 2 car parks. It is great to see a lot of those cars that we saw being driven. Not just being stored away, but actually being used on the road. Coming to events like this in a car that, you know, maybe some of those people might have owned since brand new. That's a really cool experience. Now, we are a couple of minutes away from the warm-up. The camera people already, we're 2 minutes out. We're going to wait here and see the cars roll out of the pit lane But I'll just give you a bit of a heads up on today's race. The championship of the Super GT is won in a team combination. So there's 2 drivers per car. They basically do endurance style races. Today's race is a 300-kilometer race. They'll go out, one driver will drive for a bit and then the other driver will drive, and that's how it's won and lost. 3 race activities. We've got all the cars lined up now and the grid walk is on. 30 minutes away from the start of today's race. It is almost ready for race time here at Okayama. We are just on the inside of the track. That's the bridge to go over to the main grandstands. And I'm pumped. I've got my towel around so I don't get sunburnt. I've got water. I am set to go. It's almost go time. Super GT starts their races with rolling starts, similar to a lot of other GT series. And they're off. So they start them into 2 groups. GT 500 slightly before. So once the race got underway, it was a great time to go exploring the track, looking for that coolest viewing spot. Also to note, having the commentary in Japanese meant it was essential to have live timing on my phone so I could keep up to date with the positions of the cars on the track. So you really can almost get to every part of this track. Because we're on the inside here, that's the final corner over there, and there's people all the way around. So I could probably walk all the way around here, back to the main straight. I must admit, this area is way better than the main straight. I mean, just how often do you get to see this much of the track? Here we get to see them come around the final corner and accelerate down the main straight. Come across what looks like a housing estate here. I wonder if this is accommodation. Isn't this very unique? Must be accommodation. Oh, pretty cool to stay here. You literally watch it out your windows. There's 2 laps to go, and luckily I have the live timing. There's a winner. Alright, it's time to head down this way for the podium. As the event is split into 2 classes, we have the GT 300 podium followed by the GT 500 podium. Is your podium for the Okayama race. And now, because we're pretty close, let's see if we get covered in champagne. Here it comes. The champagne comes out. You know, it has to be one of my favourite parts at the end of the event. You get to go on the grid, the cars are still here, and you get to have a nice close-up look of the Super GT machines. So as you can see here, we're right at the beginning, and it goes all the way along. So as you can see, this one here has it's kind of like that Itasha theme again, isn't it? They go through the walls on these 300. They got a lot of scrapes, dirt marks on them, that's for sure. Behind us here, we've actually got 2 of the 3 GT500 cars. We've got the Nissan Z, and next to it, we've got the Supra. So let's have a bit of a closer look at these two. Go the green Supra. Oh, it's a sexy looking car. They're chasing me out now, they're chasing me out. So pit lane is flat out now. Everyone packing it up. That, my friend, is a weekend at the Super GT. She's quite busy. It's quite a full-on event. Tyre trucks. Getting ready, getting loaded out. Ready to go. It's time for us to go on a nice leisurely walk down the hill now to the car. What a weekend. What an event and what a track. Okayama International Circuit. So, let's recap this event of Super GT. For those of you out there who want to come to a Super GT event, make sure you get your tickets in advance. Try and get your tickets as soon as they become released. Now you need to get a ticket for admission or grandstand, and then you actually need to buy a separate ticket for the paddock or the pit. The grandstand on the main straight didn't really give you the best views. They were over the back parts of the circuit. And so I definitely recommend checking that. If you do want to do any sort of signing sessions and you want to get the photos with the drivers, my advice is to definitely be here early. Now in terms of food, well, it's all Japanese food. It's nice. You got a bit of variety. Didn't really see much for the vegetarian or vegans out there. Interestingly enough, if you want to park in this spot here, it was going to cost you $8,000, which is $80 to park there. Wow. If you are looking to do this event or an event like this, I'd recommend hiring a car, Times car rental or Nippon car rental. Back in the car. Time to get back to civilization. Let's go. All right, well, that's the end of our adventures at Super GT. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you like and subscribe, because I want you riding shotgun with me on my next automotive experience. Next time, we are in China for the Chinese Grand Prix. Can't wait to see you then.